न भूमिर्न तोयं न तेजो न वायुः न खं नेन्द्रियं वा न तेषां समूहः अनैकान्तिकत्वात् सुषुप्त्येकसिद्धः तदेको वशिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम् तदेको वशिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम्।
ॐ नमः परमर्षिभ्यो नमः परमर्षिभ्यः हरिः ॐ। उपासकानां यदुपासनीयम् उपात्तवासं वटशाखिमूलें तद्धाम दाक्षिण्यजुषा स्वमूर्त्यां जागर्तु चित्ते मम बोधरूपम् अद्राक्षम् अक्षीणदयानिधानम् आचार्यम् आद्यं वटमूलभागे मौनेन मन्दस्मितभूषितेन महर्षिलोकस्य तमोनुदन्तं विद्राविताशेषतमो गणेन मुद्राविशेषेण मुहुर्मुनीनां निरस्य मायां दयया विधत्ते देवो महान् तत्त्वमसीति बोधम् ममाद्य देवो वटमूलवासीं कृपाविशेषात् कृतसन्निधानः ओङ्काररूपाम् उपदिश्य विद्याम् आविद्यगध्वान्तमपाकरोतु श्रुत्यर्थगोचरं वन्दे वाच्यार्थानामगोचरं लक्ष्यार्थवपुषं वन्दे शङ्करं देशिकं गुरुम् अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि। देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकमहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनां सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयम्। Bhagavad-pada has given us so many profound works. Generally, those who have the capacity to study the bhāshyas, for them the Upanishad bhāshyas, Sutra bhāshya, Brahma Sutra bhāshya, they all give very, very profound teaching. And those who are seeking only the essence, guidance in spiritual path, for them the Prakarana Granthas are enough, like Vivek Chudamani, Atma Bodha. The most accepted one of the Prakarana Grantha is Upadesha Sahasri, because Sureshwaracharya himself has quoted profusely from that. Then one very big Prakarana Grantha is Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Sara Sangraha, the name of the book. That itself is so big. So many Prakarana Granthas are there, And so many stotras are there, like Mudakarat Tamodakam, like that. From that onwards to Dakshinamurti Stotra. Dakshinamurti Stotram itself is a very profound Vedantic work. Generally, scholars will say, after studying the Upanishad bhāshya, one can go to Dakshinamurti Stotram. Although it is a stotram, it contains such a profound teaching that it contains everything. So just analyzing like this, the most well-known work of Sankaracharya, what is it? Is it Brihadaranyaka bhāshya or Brahma Sutra bhāshya? Everyone will say it is Bhaja Govinda. Because it is so simple, anybody can understand, but it is mostly about Bhakti and Vairagya and Jnanam, about the glory of Jnanam, not directly Jnanam. But Bhagavad-Pada has given everything that is needed for spiritual life in that small work. Our life is so precious that we should not waste it. Already so much time is gone. Childhood all playing games. Balastavat kridasakta. And in youth, interested only in man, woman, getting married, children, family, all those things. Tarunastavat tarunisaktah. And at least in old age, chintasaktah. Sitting and thinking about all the old things. Ruminating on all old things. I did that, I did this. Sometimes so many hurts. In old age they will speak about, he did that to me, he spoke thus about me. Like that, all those things come again and again in the mind. So chitta chikilsa must be done before you grow old. When you are very young, you have to apply your entire energy in finding that state of samadhi, which yogis call as samadhi, Samadhi is, many people have argument that samadhi state is not needed. That is true, because you have to just know the self, then you will be free. But just like you have a healthy body, it is good. Like that, you have a quiet mind, it is also good. Otherwise, the rasa, the ananda of Jivan Mukti will not come. If the mind is not sufficiently quiet, if the mind is not sufficiently peaceful, you keep many dangerous creatures in your mind, undisturbed. Don't handle them in the right way. Then when your body intellect becomes weaker, they will grow stronger. In your old age, they will create so many thoughts, and all that you were hiding inside will come up. That is the problem of old age. Vruddhastavat chintasaktaha. So, vardhakye cha indriyanam vikalagatimatihi cha adhi daivati tapaihi praptaihi rogaihi viyogaihi vyasana krishatanuhu japtihi nasyadinaha mithya mohabhilashair bhramati mama mano dhurjadehe dhyāna shunyam kshantavyo me aparādhaha Shiva 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 Bho Shri Mahadeva Shambho. As Bhagavad-Pada says, my great aparada, great sin, O Lord, please forgive. At least in old age I should meditate, I should do japa, I should do dhyana. Indriyanam vikalamatihi, the senses are all disorderly. And anxiety on one side, and disease on another side, and all dear ones, they depart. You have to see that also, that sorrow. If you are not sufficiently spiritually strong, every problem creates trouble to you. you are disturbed. Praptaihi rogaihi viyogaihi vyasana krishatanuhu. Vyasana means too much anxiety, stress, trauma, what they call trauma. With a traumatic old age, what happens? Krishatanuhu, the body becomes very weak, frail. Japtihinaha, if you ask them to do japa, I am doing inside, they will say. Nothing can be, they are not able to do. Japtihinaha, dinaha, useless fellow, nonsense. All meaningless things he is interested. Mithya moha bhilashahi, even in this old age, all kind of hallucination comes to him. Mithya moha abhilasha, moha means delusion, fascination, sometimes fantasy. In the old age, not able to do anything, still thinking about, I will achieve this, I will achieve that. If not in this world, in heaven, Swarga. Mithya moha bhilashaihi bhramati mama manaha. My mind is anyway very, very chanchala, oscillating, unstable. Kshantavyo me aparadha, O Bhagavan, forgive my aparadha. Shiva, 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 Bho, Shri Mahadeva Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shiva. It's a good mantra. You can chant Shiva, 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 Shiva. The mind will become very cool. Shiva, 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 Bho, Shri Mahadeva Shambho. So when you are young, you have to catch hold of the mind and the senses. Yavat swastamidam shariram arujam yavat jara durataha. As Bhartrhari says, when the body is healthy, when old age is in a distance, then you have to control the mind and body and make it very disciplined. If you think I will do it in old age, it is like your house is on fire. Then you go with a with an iron bar to dig a well. Sandipte bhavanetu kūpa khananam pratyudyama kīdrishaha. When the house is on fire, then you try to dig a well. Like that, it will be too late. So, Chandavyo me aparadha Shiva 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 Bho Shri Mahadeva Shambho Balastavat Krida Saktaha Tarudastavat Taruni Saktaha Vruddhastavat Chinta Saktaha Samsaktaha Parame Brahmani Kopina Saktaha. Nobody is interested in Bhagavan, Bhakti, spiritual life. People think that it is waste of energy. What are you going to do? Going to Tiruvannamalai, sitting closed eyes. Waste of energy, waste of life. Nobody is really interested. Who is saying? Sankaracharya is feeling sad about it. So, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Mudhamate. O fool! Has Bhagavan anywhere spoken about this old age? ஏதாவது ஸ்லோகம் ஏதாவது இருக்கணுமே, வயசானதை பற்றி ஏதாவது சொல்லியிருக்காரா? சின்னத்திலேயே சாதனை பண்ணணும், எங்கேயாவது இருக்கணும். சரசாக்கா ஏதாவது ஞாபகம் வருதா? ஏதாவது சொல்லியிருக்காரா? இதாக இருந்தா இங்கே நம்ம சங்கர் இல்லையா, எதுவும் வரல ஞாபகம். புஸ்தகத்தில் பரட்டாதீங்க. நைந்தழி கனியால் நலநிலை பதத்தில் நாடி உட்கொள் நலம் அருணாச்சல. When the fruit is too ripe, decaying, no use. So when it is in the right period, Arunachala, you take hold of me. Naindari kaniyal nalanilai. Like that, when it is too old, nothing can be done. You come to listen when you cannot hear. Deaf. You go to a temple to see the Lord when you are blind. You come to do Giri Pradakshanam when you cannot walk. What to do? We did Giri Pradakshanam. Auto will get mukti. So when you have when you are healthy, then you have to do sadhana, bhakti, bhagavad aradhana. You have to present yourself in the presence of saints. Satsangatve nisangatve. More and more you expose yourself to satsanga, the mind will slowly become nisanga. Means it will become detached. The mind will become completely, it will become detached. Satsangatve nisangatva. A very easy sadhana. No other sadhana is so effective. You are in the world, worldly things have taken possession of your mind. You do meditation, your worldly addiction will become intense. Because what will you meditate upon? Your mind is constantly being haunted by something. You meditate, that haunting will become more deeper. That is why first they say do some karma yoga. So when in such states, the only way to get a good turning in spiritual life is you have contact with Mahatmas, with great yogis, yogarudha chetaha. When you are in their presence, the mind absorbs the power of vairagya, viveka, and you see how meaningless is life in ignorance. Then the energy arises, life takes a U-turn, an inward turn, a true spiritual turning happens. So, and you naturally becomes detached. Like, you do churning of the curd, butter comes up. Like that, there is a strange aloofness in you, a spiritual indifference arises. So, satsangatve nisangatva. Nisangata naturally comes. Itara raga vismaranam, as Gopikas they say, attachment to Krishna, you become detached in world. Attachment to Bhagavan, you become detached to the world. Attachment to Satsanga, you become detached to Dussanga. That is the natural, easiest way. Bhagavata also says that Satam prasangat mama virya samvitaha. A strange word is used in Bhagavatam. Virya samvit. Virya means very powerful, energy, vigorous. And samvit means the jnana shakti. So it is the power of grace. Power of grace is wafting around sages like Bhagavan, and that presence influences us. So satsanga leads a person to nisangata, detachment, and slowly by constant listening. First itself you will not get jnanam. You will listen and you will absorb that state of satsanga, and then the jnanam also enters you. Because without that jnanam, it is not truly effective. So you take the jnanam inside, then nirmohatva, no more hallucination, no more delusion. You no more even depend upon satsanga. You depend upon jnanam. Nirmohatva, no more moham. Nirmohatve nishalatattvam. Then you really find the true stillness. That principle which is still inside you, which is untouched by the body or untouched by the mind or untouched by the intellect. You are no more deluded by the thinking that the I is me. The Jiva Bhava is also not me. The I thought is also unreal. You wake up from the dream that this Jiva, this I, is my real nature. You know that even this I is not my real nature. Even in the deep sleep, when the I itself is not there, I am there. Sushupteka siddhastadeko vashishta shiva kevaloham. So this is Nishala Tattvam. And such a being is a liberated one. This is the goal of spiritual life, not this all outer dress. You can change a dress. Somebody asked, what is the significance of putting this dress and that dress in spiritual life? It is all coming as a part of culture, but simply by Vesha, one will not become spiritual. By wearing ochre clothes or by putting Rudraksha or by putting Tulasi Mala. Even a cinema actor will play those roles. So that itself will not give a person spirituality. Jatilo, Mundi, Lunchita Kesha. Jatilaha means all jata, that matted locks. Mundi is tonsured head. Lunchita Kesha, in Jains, they will not shave. They will pluck one by one the hair from the head. Every part of the body, they will pluck them. That is Lunchana, Keshor Lunchana. So Lunchita Keshaha. Kashayambara Bahukrita Veshaha. Many people are wearing these ochre clothes, Kashaya. In Kerala, everybody is wearing Kashaya. It need not be sannyasi, many people wear. So when RSS leader, well-known elderly leader, when he came to Kerala, he saw everyone wearing ochre clothes. He said, there is no need of teaching anybody because all are already sannyasis, monks. So by merely wearing Kashaya Vastra also, one does not become a jnani. Pashyannabhijana pashyati moodhaha. Even though seeing is not seeing, we are all seeing the world. Man, woman, tree, mountain, everything. He alone perceives. One who understands that this is all Atma. Idam sarvam yadayam Atma. Till that knowledge arises. When you know that the mountain, the tree, the earth, the sky, man, woman, it is all Parameshwara. It is all Shuddha Chaitanya. It is all divine. Kham Vayum Agnim Salilam Mahimcha Jyotimshi Satvani Disho Drumadin Sarit Samudram Shaharehe Shariram Yatkinja Bhudam Pranamed Ananyaha. As Bhagavata puts it, this is all Harehe Shariram, the Shariram of Hari. How to do Namaskara? To know that I am not separate from them is Namaskara. To become one with all is Namaskara. It is true Namaskara. Not to have a separate identity as I is Namaskara. So this is the teaching that Bhagavad Gita gives. So attain this knowledge employ your mind fully to realize the self, to give this teaching to everyone. Sankaracharya travelled like a storm of Atma Vidya. He travelled everywhere. Whole Bharatavarsha he travelled. And now, where are we now? Badri. Okay. So, Himabhumi. There, Badri. Yesterday, what happened? Badri Pratishtha happened. Badri Narayana's Pratishtha. Sankaracharya took the idol from Ganga and did the Pratishtha. He Badrikesha Karunamaya Dina Bandho, He Bodharupa Sukhachinmaya Tattvamurte, He Naradadi Munisevita Pada Padma, Samsara Dukkha Gahanad Paripahi Vishnu, He Veda Gita Girimadhyagrita Pratishtha, He Tapasali Muni Bhringanutangri Padma, He Bhakti Mukti Shamakanana Devadaro Samsara Dukkha Gahanad Paripahi Vishnu. Yesterday our Vadrajamama told that this is the 12th year of Atmatīrtha. After writing Atmatīrtha, this is 12th year. Atmatīrtham is the name of the book which speaks about Sankaracharya's life. So from that first it was written in Malayalam, then he was instrumental in translating it to Tamil. So he was telling this is the 12th year, like a Kumbhabhishekam, what they call one cycle. It is one cycle, planetary cycle. So here Badrinath Pratishtha was done. Badri Kshetra is very, very sacred. It's all Tapobhumi. There Bhagavad-pada wrote the Harimede Stava also. Stoshe Bhaktya Vishnu Anadim Jagadadim Yasmin Etat Samsriti Chakram Brahmatitham. Who is that Vishnu? Vishnu is that Atma, Shuddha Chaitanyam, that Brahma. In him, this world, this samsara chakra arises, stays and subsides. When you know that your own self, your own Atma is Vishnu, everywhere there is Vishnu. In Bhajagovindam, it has two parts. One is Mohamudgara, Dvadasha Manjarika also it is called. Another is Charpata Pancharika. So this is his Bhagavad-pada's disciples. They also sing one after the other. They also sing some songs. So in one song, perhaps disciples, they had a quarrel between them. So one disciple got angry with another one. They are all Vedanta Jnanis. So one of them, the disciple with whom another disciple got angry, this disciple gives him a reply. He says, the same Vishnu is there in me and in you and in everyone. Why do you unnecessarily get angry? Tvayimai sarvatreko Vishnu Vyartham kupyasi mai asahishnu. In you, in me and in everyone, there is same Vishnu. Sarvasminnapi pashya atmanam sarvatrotsrija bhedajnanam. In everyone see the same Atma. And don't have this bhedajnana, which is due to ignorance. So this is the true Bhagavata Dharma. Such a person is called true Bhakta. Not simply going to temple, do all Abhishekam Puja, crowd every Tirtha Kshetra and pollute every place. We have very quaint idea about Bhakti. When it is all done singularly, it is okay, but when collectively it comes, Bhakti itself becomes very dangerous. Yesterday somebody wanted Vilva leaves from this tree. So they said, we have installed 1,000 lingas. So we want Vilva leaf and Vilva fruit. I said, you have to take the entire tree. I said, no, we will take only few leaves. See, there also, when you do Shiva Puja, you have to ask the tree that I will take few leaves and with that I will do puja. But what happens is, in the name of Bhakti, they tonsure the tree. So there also it becomes, we don't know the Bhakti Tattvam. The true Bhakti is Sarvabhuteshu yaf pashyed bhagavad bhavam atmanaha. See the same Atma in everyone. Bhutani bhagavati atmani esha bhagavatottamaha. No hatred, friendliness, karuna. These are all things which Bhagavan speaks about. The highest bhakta. So such bhakti is, this is the sign of seeing God everywhere. This is the sign of seeing God everywhere. So this we can see in Bhaja Govindam. Bhagavad-pada gives the meaning of true bhakti. And in Badri, that Badrinatha Pratishtha was done, then crowd started gathering. Too much crowd. Then Sankaracharya silently went away from that place, because that is one sign of a spiritual person, that he loves solitude. Initi ekantam init. As Avayar said, solitude is very sweet. To be alone is very sweet. Too much crowd, he just very silently, wisely moves away from such places. It becomes very difficult for them. So he found that it is overcrowded. He left the place to Vyāsatīrtha, where alone, it was all winter. The entire Himalayas was full of snow. Everywhere it was all white color. And when sunlight falls, it will shine like golden hill. Hence it is called Suvarnagiri. That is how many people thought there is a Mount Meru which is made of gold. People have value of gold, so they think it is made of gold. When sunlight falls on this snow-filled peak, it will shine like golden mount. So, there Bhagavad-pada wrote the Upanishad bhāshya. Upanishad is the basis for Hinduism. Bhagavan says, Arunachala is Upanishad. Vedantatte verara vilangum vedapurul arul Arunachala. He says, Arunachala, you are the essence of the Upanishad. And what is that? It is verara vilangum vedapurul. The Vedapurul means the essence. The implied meaning of Vedas is that the Jiva is Brahma. Hridaya kuhara madhye kevalam Brahma matram aham ahamiti sakshad atmarupena bhati. This Jiva which is shining as I within, it is not the body, it is not the mind, it is not the intellect, it is not the ignorance, it is not the nothingness. You deny everything, what remains as Satchidananda Swarupa, that is Brahma. This knowledge is Arunachala. This is what Bhagavan says. This knowledge is the Swarupa, is the nature of Arunachala. If you have this knowledge, wherever you are in Arunachala. If you do not have this knowledge, even if you are in Tiruvannamalai, you are not, although in Tiruvannamalai, you are not in Tiruvannamalai. So, the real Tiruvannamalai is Annamalai en Anma Kanume Arulum Venume. Arul Venume means what? You need the presence of a Guru. Anbupunume means you should have Guru Bhakti. You have Bhakti, you have a teacher like Bhagavan, then Annamalai en Anma. Arunachala is my Atma, Arunachala is my Swarupa. That realization is Upanishad. Upanishad is not the book. Upanishad is na shabdarashihi, as Sankaracharya says. It is not collection of some words. That vidya by which this samsara dukkha is gone. Added to it, one more thing Sankaracharya says is, this knowledge is not simply that you know. Many people declare that we have realized. You need a way of life also. That is very important. Unless your life also corresponds to that realization, this realization will not stand. That is why they say Vedanta Vijnana Sunishidarthaha Sannyasa Yogat Yataya Shuddha Sattvaha Te Brahmaloke Tuparanta Kale Paramrita Parimuchanti Sarve. Absolute freedom comes when renunciation, dispassion and jnana and Guru Bhakti all are there in a person. So this, exposing this, explaining this, Bhagavad-Pada wrote the bhāshyas. Bhāshya means commentary. So there he wrote commentary to Bhagavad Gita also. Actually Bhagavad Gita was in Mahabharatam, but it came to light when Sankaracharya wrote bhāshya. Before Sankaracharya also many have written commentary to Bhagavad Gita. Anekaihi. As in Gita bhāshya, Sankaracharya says, many people have confused by writing. Now also that process continues. Some people say it is Bhagavad Gita is speaking business management. Another says Bhagavad Gita speaks about personality building. Another person says Bhagavad Gita speaks about only karma. Many statements are there. Then doubt will come. So Sankaracharya says, how can Sankaracharya be true? Because he says it is jnanam. Samsarasya atyanta uparama lakshanam jnanam. Krishna is speaking about karma also, as Balagangadhar Tilak says, it is Gita is karma rahasya. How can it be true? Sankaracharya, when he says it is jnanam, okay, we need not accept Sankaracharya. We will do research only in Bhagavad Gita, and we will also look in Mahabharatam and Bhagavatam where Gita, the author of Gita has written. So, that is from where Sankaracharya also quotes. So, in Gita itself, when concluding, Krishna says, what did you teach? Idam te jnanamakyatam guhyad guhyataram maya. Vimarsheitad asheshena yatechasi tathakur. Krishna himself says, Arjuna, up till now, I gave you pure jnanam. You can take it, analyze it, contemplate on it, and do whatever you want. Vimarsheitad asheshena yatechasi tathakur. That is, see, that also gives the beauty of the tradition. The true spiritual masters, they will not say, wake up by morning 4 o'clock, sleep by 9 o'clock. That is all needed. That help is needed. Seekers will expect sages to give you ready-made direction. They will not. They will say, whatever you want, you do. Because otherwise, this disciple will become a great bondage to Guru. Disciples are like, sometimes they will like a leech. They want to get stuck up somewhere. You give a little bit of license, they will hold to it. See, do Atma Vichara. Bhagavan says, no other goal. You have to do Atma Vichara. Bhagavan also told to do Giri Pradakshanam. That is easier. Because you can have achievements there. In Atma Vichara, you cannot have achievement. In Giri Pradakshanam, you can have achievement. So many Giri Pradakshanam. It will look, the ego will feel very happy because I have done something. Atma Vichara, ego's existence itself should be questioned. So that becomes Giri Pradakshana, okay. Because that is a kind of outer austerity. Although it is difficult, it looks achievable, attainable. But to look within and go and inquire, that seems to be very difficult. So any extra thing which the Shastra or Guru says, Bhagavata, Vyasa says about this psychology, he says, you speak about anything else other than the highest truth, the mind will hold to it. Because it is searching for substitute. It is constantly searching for substitute. Tato anyatha kinchana yad vivakshataha prithak drishaha tatkrita rupanama bhina kutrachit kvapija dusthita matihi labheta vataha tanauri vaspadam. The mind will start wandering. So, jnanenaiva tu kaivalyam. In Bhagavata, Vyasa said, Geetam Bhagavata Jnanam Yattat Sangrama Murdhani Kala Karma Tamoruddham Punaradhyagamad Vibhuhu. That which Bhagavan taught in Gita, pure Jnanam. No doubt. In Mahabharata also many places the same thing comes. So that is Sahidharmassu paryapto brahmanah padavedane. It comes in Mahabharata. That which was taught by Krishna in Kurukshetra war field, battlefield, that if you hold on to it, you can attain Brahma Jnana. So this is Gita Shastram. What is Bhagavad Gita? Sankaracharya says, Samasta Vedartha Sara Sangraha Bhutam Durvijneyartham. It is not very easy to bring out the meaning. Durvijneyartham. And it contains Samasta Vedartha Sara Sangraha Bhutam. It is the essence of the entire Vedas, all the Vedas, essence of all the Vedas. So that he gave the bhāshya commentary, Gita bhāshya, very simple actually. Sankaracharya's commentaries are not difficult, they are very simple. So then Brahma Sutra bhāshya, very beautiful, very profound, very majestic. Giram dhara kalpadruma kusuma dhara paraguro. As it is said, that Supreme Guru, his words are like the kalpadruma kusuma dhara. It is as if flowers falling from kalpaka vriksha. So, then Brahma Sutra is called Nyaya Prasthana, Upanishad is Shruti Prasthana, Gita is Smriti Prasthana, and many other bhāshyas also. There is a story that Sankaracharya first wrote a bhāshya to Vishnu Sahasranama when he was staying with Govinda Bhagavatpada. Govinda Bhagavatpada said, you write a bhāshya, let me see whether you can write. And he wrote a very simple bhāshya. So many shlokas are quoted in that from Vishnu Purana and many other Puranas. So it will not like other bhāshyas. It will look like very, very simple. Vishnu Sahasranama bhāshya. Then he wrote bhāshya to Sanatsujati also. Mahabharata, Sanatsujata is giving teaching to Dhritarashtra. That portion also, Sankaracharya wrote bhāshyam. the Nabastamba Dharma Sutra, such bhāshyas are also there, and many people accept certain Shvetashvatara Upanishad like that. Some they deny. They say it is not Sankaracharya's. Anyway, they are all Advaita bhāshyas. Very good bhāshya commentaries. So this bhāshya, essentially what does it say? It says you should attain Brahma Jnana. Ajnana sarpadashtasya. Already you are bitten by a snake. Bhagavan says, Arunachala, give me antidote before the poison reaches the head. Enna paattu? Patri mal vidan thalai uttirum. Appuram? Arul Patrida, Arul Puri Arunachala. He says, Arunachala, before the poison reaches the head, give me medicine. Reaches the head means what? You decide. Ignorance is right. This is, you are convinced that I will remain in the world, jnanam, all these are humbug. If you start doing that, you cannot escape. It says, once Lord Indra, due to some curse, became a bear. Bear thane? Panni. Pig. He became a pig. Then he forgot. And Devas were all waiting. When will this Indra come back? He is the king of gods. And now he has become a king of pigs. Anyway, even if he becomes a pig, there also is a king. So they want to bring him back. So they sent Narada to give him jnanam. So Narada went and did namaskara to Indra, Devaraja. He said, no, I am Varaharaja. You have to come back to Devaloka, that is your place. Why are you now identifying with this pig body? He said, what Devaloka? This is the place I belong to. See, this drainage, how sweet. The smell that comes from it, very fragrant. And see my wife, my children, how beautiful they are. To attract him, they showed all the Apsaras and Indrani, all those things from Swarga. He said, they look ugly. See my wife, she is so beautiful. See, very sense differs. Beauty sense itself is different. So he was not ready to come back. At last somebody had to come and Shiva came and killed the pig. See, that is why, when we refuse to make a move, that is why Ishvara comes and tarmarify our life. All complete chaos he creates in our life. Wherever you get attached, Bhagavata, tam dhunoti Bhagavan. Kapila Bhagavan says, you refuse to move, getting attached to something, somebody. Bhagavan, when he becomes compassionate to you, you know what he does? He will break that thing. He will take away that thing from you because you are not moving. You are attached to that. He creates trouble for you. He creates pain for you. Traivargika ayasa vighatam. You want to make money? Trouble comes. You want to enjoy life? Trouble comes. You want to do some good things in the world? Trouble comes. Obstacle comes. You want to go to Satsanga? Somebody comes in a car and takes you and makes you sit there. You want to read Bhagavad Gita, somebody presents you Bhagavad Gita. Then you should infer that abundant grace is pouring forth in your life. Traivargika ayasa vighatam. 3 roads are closed, 1 road alone is open. And that road is for freedom, for attaining God, for attaining liberation. Then you can infer that pure grace is operating. Traivargikāyāsa vighatam asmat patir vidhatte purushasya shakra tatonumeyo bhagavat prasadaha. He says it is bhagavat prasada. Yo durlabho akinchana gocharonyehi, because Bhagavan is not gochara, not visible to anybody who has anything with him. Bhagavan will take you only when he makes you a pauper. Better don't ask for him. He will remove everything else from you and then take you. Then everything will come to you. Sarvaha is Sarva. So that is the method of the divine. So here, what are we talking now? What is the subject now? So Sankaracharya is teaching. He says, Ajnana sarpadashtasya. The sarpa, the cobra, has bitten. And what is that cobra? It is this cobra of ignorance. And for that there is only one antidote. Brahmajnana aushadam. The aushadam is Brahmajnana. Without taking that aushadam, kim vedaischa shastraischa kim mantraihi kim aushadaihi. Even all by hearting the Vedas and all the Shastras and all other medicines, all other engagements in the world are all useless, worthless. So ignorance is the fundamental cause of all misfortunes. The only way to get rid of sorrows is to know the self. To attain self-knowledge, one must renounce all actions and with an introverted mind inquire into the nature of the self. Notpadyate vina jnanam vicharenanya sadhanaihi. Without doing sufficient vichara, jnana will not come. Aparokshanubhuti will not come. So, how to do vichara? Withdraw the mind from the outer world. Slowly, slowly. You cannot do it in one day. That is why Krishna said in Gita, Shanaihi Shanaihi Uparamet. Bit by bit. Learn this art of withdrawal. Uparati. The sign of spirituality is that the person slowly attains that quietude, that inward stillness. The entire life is to learn that. From everywhere you learn, from satsanga, from temple, from nama japa, from bhakti, all these engagements are needed so that we are not distracted by the outer phenomenon. So by slowly vishayebhyah pratisamhritya, by withdrawing the mind from vishayas, from objects, atmani samadhanam. Let the mind roost in the self. Let the mind abide in the heart. Or at least let the mind abide in Bhagavan Nama or Bhagavan's form or Bhagavad Bhava or spiritual things. Somewhere inwardly make it. Let it not wander in the imaginary world. Let it wander in Bhagavan's form. The Badri Stotra, Tapovan Maharaj has written a Badri Stotra. In that he says, Vyāpāra bhūmihi manaso mamastu. My mind wants a place to wander. Let it wander in Bhagavan. Let it wander in Bhagavad Katha. Let it wander in the stories of great saints. so that it will absorb dispassion, it will absorb knowledge, it will absorb renunciation, it will absorb all that is necessary for a stable spiritual life. So, that which is known as I by everyone is verily the self. Everyone is saying I, aham, aham. But no, till the Guru introduces, Shastra tells you that it is very precious. You don't value it. Yes, sakshat aparokshat brahma. That which is direct, immediate, experienced within as I, it is Brahman. The teacher tells Tattvamasi, that is you. Then the person recognizes that this which is shining within me as Aham, as I am, it is Brahman, it is the Supreme, it is the undifferentiated consciousness, indivisible awareness. It is limitless, boundless, it is not limited by the flesh, it is not limited by the bones, it is not limited by the nerves, it is not limited by the hormones, it is not limited by the thoughts, emotions, will, the current of psyche. It is not limited by the intellect's decision making, resolution or anything, or even knowledge. It is not limited by denying everything. There arises the sleep state, the ignorance, nothingness, void. It is not limited by that. When everything is brushed aside, the infinite space, that Akasha, Anastamaya samvidhi kalpitasya vyomadi sarva jagata pradadati sattam, that which is the illuminer behind everything, right from Akasha, from space to earth, to all names and forms. That illumining light, Brahma Tattvamasi, Kevala Bodhamatram. It is that pure consciousness. That is Kevala Bodhamatram, the non-dual awareness. That is my real nature. This knowledge is Advaita Vedanta. This can be attained only by a person who has all the prerequisite, like Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi, Shatka, Sampatti. Eshu Satsu Eva. Only when all these things are there, even if a glimpse he gets, it will be stable. Otherwise it will not stand. Now people are discussing so much about that, especially in Tiruvannamalai. Bhagavan's teaching is so perfectly clear. Many people get a glimpse of it in Bhagavan's Sannidhi or somewhere. Sometimes with that glimpse itself they can amaze the world. You will feel that they have got it. They also can get deluded, it is over. But the body mind is not sufficiently ready to hold it. Sufficient renunciation is not there. Without that, the jnana does not become steady. The steady jnana alone can ward off, it can remove suffering, it can remove dukkha. Only then from your heart you will feel the work is over. Contentment comes, supreme santosha, as Bhagavan puts it. Dosham illahattil. When all the dosha is removed, santosham comes. Dosham illahattil ahattodu undri. When the mind becomes one with the true I, no more identity of the ego, no more self-image. When the attention is completely absorbed by the infinite real nature and all the vasanas come to an end, doshamil ahattil ahattodu undri, then santoshamundrida arula runachala. True santosha comes. True tripti comes. Only then true tripti comes. Till then the person has to, first he has to practice all the sadhanas. But when he has attained a glimpse, then Vasana Kshaya has to happen only through Atma Vichara. Constant Atma Vichara and renunciation. Renunciation, Atma Vichara. No sadhana he can anymore do. with the self-will. The only thing that he can do is give up. Move to ekanta, do atma vichara and find out what is my real nature. Who is affected by these desires? Who is the ignorant one? Who is this I? What is the nature of this I? Thus going again and again. Samadhinaiva dahed ambha. As the Shastra puts it, the remaining sins must be annihilated by samadhi. So, this is the teaching that Bhagavad-Pada gives. So, great discussion is there. You can go to Atmatirtham and read all that. Every day we will see some part of it. And yesterday we saw the Bhakti of Padmapāda. How when the Guru called him, see, surrender to Guru is not that easy. Many people surrender to Guru emotionally and they impose their desire on Guru and they think that is Bhakti. A truly surrendered person will be very light. Very light. He has no obstacle at all. Whatever the Guru or the Shastra says, spiritual things, he simply obeys them. He simply accepts them. He has no self-will, he has no center, crystallized center inside him to say this is right, this is what I want and the Guru should accept this. This is a great obstacle. So this is not Guru Bhakti. All kind of imaginary, fantastic things, we think it is Bhakti. So to show that, Padmapāda story is told. And Acharya called Padmapāda, Sanandana, he just walked. It is, you can take it as a symbolic story also. When the teacher or the Shastra tells you to do something in the jnana is given, your rest of your life is like walking on water. You cannot say whether you will sink or whether you will reach the other shore, but you should have the faith. Just walk. The life is there before you. Whatever may happen, walk. Don't fear, walk. Because there is no other go. Your prarabdha has to be worked out. But you will mysteriously see that a very soft support you will get from underneath. You will get, wherever you put your feet, you will get a flower, a lotus. But don't check whether there is a flower there. If you check, then you will not be able to walk. That is not surrender. It is not possible actually. By thinking, it is not possible. When you are sure about the master, see, people are, see, sometimes, they jump from the aeroplane. What is it called? Scuba diving? Skydiving. And some person is holding him behind, right? And you have faith in that person. Otherwise, how will you jump? So the power to believe is there in you. When you sufficiently know that I have paid so much money, who knows whether that Kodai will open or not? What is it that? Yes, parachute. Who knows? It can open or it cannot open. You can fall, die. But it's all faith. And people have a kind of strange joy in taking that risk. Like that is your life also. Sarva dharman paritijya mamekam sharanam vraja. Bhagavan says in Gita, you have to apply it in your life. You should not be afraid. Race's edge. That is what Upanishad says. Life is like a race's edge. You walk without fear. Charaiveti, charaiveti. That is why Gita teaching is given in battlefield. No guarantee that you will return every day. You go to battle, you cannot tell everyone that you will return. No guarantee. You can get killed there. So life is like that. No predictability at all. You cannot predict anything. All nonsense will happen. All that if you can accept and not bothered about it, that is the power of faith. And faith comes from true knowledge. It is not blind faith. It is a faith with supreme power of vision. Just like you know some doctor by his credential and give your body to him to do surgery, cardiac surgery, heart he opens. He even asks a signature from you. You are able to give because why? How did that faith comes? Somebody lies in the surgeon's table and says, I'm afraid, doctor. First time I am having some surgery. And the doctor says, see, I am not afraid. I am also doing the surgery for the first time. You know that the doctor knows. Then you have faith. So, really faith comes from true knowledge, from intelligence. From true intelligence, wisdom, faith comes. And when faith comes, you just walk. And you will not fall. Rakshishye sarvatoham tvam. As Bhagavan tells Mahabali, I will protect you. Sanugam, whoever comes with you. Sabarichadam, whatever is needed for you. Sada sannihitam, I will be near you and do. See, Ashariri Vak comes. You forget, from sky sound comes. Sada sannihitam veera smarana matrena. Shabda comes. Sada sannihitam. Veera, the courageous one, the brave one alone can surrender. That is the secret. You should be brave to do surrender. Only a brave person will surrender. Only Arjuna was so brave. That is why he said, Krishna, whatever you tell, I will do. Karishye vachanam tava. He knew that Krishna knows. Many things Arjuna could not accept, Krishna told him to do. He just did them. Because it is his responsibility. Logically, Arjuna felt it is wrong. It should not be done. Krishna said, I tell you, do it. That's all. Karishye vachanam tava. Your words I will execute. That kind of surrender comes when you know that the person knows. Padmapāda knew that Bhagavad-Pada is responsible. When he calls, you have to walk. And it is not simply walking on the river. It is walking in your life with the power of knowledge. Because life is time. Life is action. Life is manifestation of what is hidden in you. Time provides opportunity to uncover all the hidden vasanas in you. One by one they will come out. You might not know, but when they manifest, you will wonder, oh, all these things are hiding inside. And individuals will appear in your life to make those vasanas come out. Events will happen, those vasanas will come out. So never be ignorantly arrogant to tell that I will behave only like this. Life will teach you to be humble, ultimately to tell that I do not know myself. In the sense, the body, mind is something strange. The world is a strange place. Yeah, that is why the strange thing is called Maya. The indefinable is called Maya. The inscrutable is called Maya. Unknowable is called Maya. When you meet the unknowable, you become humble. The ego, that is one way of subduing the ego. That is why Bhagavan said, either inquire where from the I thought arises and make the ego merge. That is the last dot only you can do that. Or surrender. Surrender means what? It is not two techniques. It is actually when you either inquire or live your life. Actually, surrender is not that you do Sharanagatoham, song will not do. Surrender means live your life with bhakti, knowing that Bhagavan is behind. You will learn surrender. It will teach you surrender. All your ideals, all your concepts, all your understanding, all your arrogance about knowing, about knowledge, everything will be just torn apart like Hiranyakashipu. Surrender will happen. Hiranyakashipu chose the path of surrender actually. That is why in 3 births he returned. Surrender means what? Encountering the divine directly. Without that, surrender will not happen. The ego was so powerful, so first birth it was Hiranyakashipu torn apart. Second birth, fight between Rama and Ravana. And the third birth, the person is not at all seen anywhere. Somewhere, blah 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 blah, Shishupala. Very powerless. Because the ego became so powerless. So surrender means what? You come in contact with the Shakti of Bhagavan. This life is Bhagavan's Shakti. It appears in you as time. It appears in you as action. It appears in you as your character, your Prakriti. Prakritehe swabhavat. Kayena, vacha, manasa, indriyirva, buddhya, atmanava, prakrite subhavat, karomi yadyat. That is the flow, the current of death. It is the current of death. Mrityu. And there you meet the divine as Shakti. Sir, no other way other than surrender, because you cannot know it. Next moment you cannot uncover. Past many things happen, you cannot say why it happened. No answer to life. All things, one after the other come before you and teach you surrender. Teach you that the I which says I know is nothing. And when you know that, you become Padmapāda. When you sufficiently become familiar with the art of surrender, then you know that although the lotus is not visible, when you put the feet, lotus will blossom. You will not ask the lotus to blossom for you to put the feet. You will walk. lotus will blossom. Walking is your dharma. Blossoming of lotus is not in your hand. It can happen that moment. Pratibodha viditam matam amritam tvam hi vintate. As the Upanishad says, moment by moment wisdom. No ready-made knowledge. Nobody is an expert in life. We think this person knows better, that person. People come to me and ask, how can I tell you about your life? Nobody is an expert. Everyone is a failure, in fact, life. And the force of Bhagavan is there to teach you, to make you fail. As Krishnamurti Iyer has written, that he came to Bhagavan to have a debate with Bhagavan and to win, but he failed. And he said, that failure was my victory. That failure was my victory. There is the blossoming of surrender. Padmapāda. When the lotus blossoms, that pada means padyate, jnanam. Bhagavad Pada in bhāshya comes the meaning of pada. Chandogya bhāshya, I think. It comes pada, means padyate anena. By this one attains Bhagavan, Brahmajnana. The jnanam, the knowledge, the path. So by walking, see in forest, certain places you will not have a ready-made path. You make a path by walk. Like that is life. Don't expect ready-made knowledge. But you need a light. The light of intuition, the light of the heart, the subtle light of intuition which guides you. Obey it. Learn to listen to that inner voice. Gandhiji, in many places he said many things he says that I obeyed that and walked. That's a very, very subtle way of doing things. If you are able to listen to that whisper within, then path will open. So that is Padmapāda, one who has learned that art of surrender. Sharanagati Kala. He is Padmapāda. He was the foremost disciple of Sankaracharya. And how he looked at Sankaracharya, he says, Namami abhogi parivara sampadam. He says, I bow to that Shankara. Shiva and this Shankara has difference. Shiva has bogi. Bogi means snake. Snake is called bogi. Bhogi parivara means so many snakes in his body. And this Shankara, abhogi. Abhogi means no snake, one meaning. Another meaning, no worldly enjoyment. He is a sannyasi. And his followers are also abhogi parivara, who are renunciates. Namo namami abhogi parivara sampadam. A great treasure of abhogi parivara. So many abhogi parivara, so many cluster of renunciates. Namami abhogi parivara sampadam. And the Shiva has so many, Vibhuti is there, and so many Aishwarya Siddhi is there. Here Nirasta Bhutim. No Aishwarya, no Sampat Samriddhi, nothing, no treasure. Nothing. Nirasta Bhutim. There Umardha Vigraha. One part of his body is feminine. It is woman. It is Uma, Parvati. And here Anumardha Vigraha. No woman. And something which is incomparable also. Anumardha Vigraha. Namami abhogi parivara sampadam nirasta bhutim anumardha vigraham. Anugram. Shiva is Ugra. Here it is Shanta. Anugram unmridita kalalanchanam. Shiva has kalalanchana. In Kantha, in the throat, there is a dark spot. The sign of drinking poison. But here, no kala. Kala means time also. He lives in timelessness. Anugram unmridita kala lanchanam vina vinayakam. That Vinayaka is there with that Shiva. But here no enemy. Vina vinayakam apurva shankaram. It's apurva shankara. And unprecedented Shiva. And Shiva as Shankara. Shankara means one who gives sham, bliss, happiness, greatest well-being. So that Shankara, that Shiva I worship. So this is the story of Padmapāda. So Padmapāda story we have seen. Now from Badri, Sankaracharya and his disciples, after writing the bhāshya, decided to go to Kedara, that Kedara Kshetra, that we will see tomorrow. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva.